Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are every day. People like to welcome y'all to the show. I hate to bring up this news, and I hate to really talk about this subject, right? But it has to be said, and it has to be done. Christmas, I know Christmas is tomorrow. You know what? Matter of fact, we're going to turn this into a Christmas gift. The officer, Adam Coy, who shot Maurice Hill 10 seconds after finding him in his own garage, right? Adam Coy, officer, Columbus, Ohio. They will make an example out of this white officer. I mean, he messed up. He will be made the example. The reason why he messed up is because white people are starting to understand, they starting to listen to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Their scientists is starting to admit that white people history only dates back to 6,000 years ago. They're starting to understand the teachings of Yaqub in that grafting process, right? And they starting to understand the prophecy and who they are and how they fit into prophecy. But they're scrambling, trying to undo what they created, a white supremacist mindset who goes out and see a black man and is prone to want to inflict harm, danger, and even murder when he lays eyes upon him, right? It doesn't matter if your skin is dark as George Floyd or as light as Maurice Hill. In their eyes, it doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Because white people know white people. White people know each other's smell. They know each other's energy and scent, right? They can tell if you are posing as white or if you actually white. They know each other, right? They know if you got a drop of black blood within you. They know this, right? And so when they come up on any shade of black male, they prone to shoot. I mean, this brother, Maurice Hill, was in his garage. Now, the neighbor called the police because he said someone was in the SUV revving up the engine, right? Wow. When you working on a vehicle or you working on someone's vehicle or your vehicle, you revving up the engine, you running tests, you trying to see what's going on with the vehicle. Apparently, that caused alarm to a neighbor to where he called the police, which was a non-violent, non-threatening action that the black man, Maurice Hill, was engaged in. He was just revving up the engine of a car. I see white people do it all the time when they're working on their vehicle or their daughter's vehicle or a family member's vehicle. They're in the driveway all night long, revving up the engine, playing music loud, drinking beer, and police don't even show up. And if when they do show up, they ride by and wave, honk the horn, and keep going. But a black man, whatever we do, it causes an alarm. They try to make it seem like our presence in America is unwanted, right? When we've been here, and really the Native Americans and all indigenous people really wish a lot of these white racists would just go back to Europe. And America would be a whole lot better. But let me get back to what I was talking about previously. White people that are in authority understand the prophecy, so they want to tone down the white supremacists, right? But they haven't figured out a way to do it, right? Because they understand that if they repent and slow down from the evil treating that they have bestowed upon black people, they know that their days will be longer. But they understand that if they keep attacking black people, their days are getting shorter and shorter, and it's moving fast. So they're trying to stop the racism, right? And so they have to make an example out of this Adam Coy. I mean, they got to charge him with murder, possibly the death penalty. I'm seeing a death penalty. You killed an unarmed black man with a cell phone in his hand 10 seconds after you showed up, right? And that use of deadly force was uncalled for because, first of all, when they arrived at the scene and they ran the plates, it didn't show the vehicle was stolen. Now, if they arrived at the scene and didn't run the plates, he's getting a death penalty, right? When they talked to the neighbor and asked him, well, what was the suspicious action that warranted you to call the police? Well, some man, you don't recognize your neighbor? He was at home. But I didn't recognize the SUV he was in. Did anyone cause any type of alarm to make you even call the police or have the police come out? Did you engage with the person that was in the vehicle that you couldn't recognize your neighbor? Did you call your neighbor on the phone and say, hey, man, what's going on in your driveway? You know, you got to be careful when you call the police on black people, man, because now this was the cop that shot Mr. Andre Maurice Hill, the black man. The cop that shot him was a 19-year vet. Just imagine how much damage a white racist mindset has caused in 19 years. The damage on the psyche of a young black male, you know, scarred him for life when you deal with these type of people, right? So he don't understand that they have to make an example out of him so the other white racists who thinks like him will cool out and be like, hey, man, it's not worth it, right? I mean, when they get through with the officer Adam Coy, he'd wish he never even thought about killing a black man. You shoot this man within 10 seconds? It's just ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. It says, look this up. Body cam footage, right? Body cam footage shows a Columbus police officer fatally shooting a 47-year-old Andre Maurice Hill less than 10 seconds after finding him in a garage early Tuesday. The officer who shot him is Adam Coy, a 19-year veteran of the department who has since been placed on paid administrative leave. Wow, they paying him, but trust me, they gonna make an example out of him. Thursday, Columbus Police Chief Tom Quinlan recommended that Coy be dismissed from the force. Police officials say officers were dispatched to the city's Cranbrook neighborhood around 1:30 a.m. Tuesday, responding to a non-emergency call about a man sitting inside a car, repeatedly turning it on and off. They're saying that a black man can be murdered by sitting in his own driveway, 1:30 in the morning, turning his vehicle on and off, not bothering anyone. Right? He didn't call of a noise complaint. He just called that somebody sitting in the driveway turned the vehicle on and off. Now, any reasonable person would say, well, sir, do it look like any altercations going on? Are they fighting in the car? Or does it like someone trying to steal the car? Or does it, they'd be like, well, no. Okay, well, what's the problem with it? Is it bothering you? No, I'm just a nosy neighbor looking over in somebody else's driveway trying to figure out what's going on. That's all that is. We got to see if that neighbor is white. You know what I mean? Because black people, we don't get the benefit of the doubt, is what I'm trying to say. You can't say, hey, man, maybe the guy's having a bad night or whatever. It's because, like Pac said, they itching to get you anything. I mean, they itching to get a black person, and they fail to realize that the time is up. We getting ready to go into the year 2021, the year 5. All that is dead, is over with. That's why they're going to make an example out of police officer Adam Coy. When they get through with Adam Coy, the rest of the police officers, trust me, will not want the fate Adam Coy is getting ready to meet. Right? I mean, it is wild. Footage from Coy's body camera showed officers walking up to an open garage and shining their flashlight on Hill, who turned around and held up his cell phone. Hill took several steps towards Coy, who raised his gun and shot it. He held his hand up, showed him, man, this is a cell phone, right? I'm not a threat. This is a phone. He was walking towards him because you in his yard, on his property. And bam, they shoot him. Now, white people, you got to ask yourself, you know this don't happen to white people. You know the shootings of unarmed white men rarely occurs, and you know it, right? You understand that? A man in his own property, in his driveway, when the police arrives, it only takes Coy 10 seconds to murder Mr. Andre Maurice Hill. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, he's dead. It's over with. Just pulled up. Hey, man, here's my cell phone. What's going on? He didn't know the neighbor called the police on him. He trying to figure out, hey, what's going on? He showed him his cell phone. Pow, pow, pow. He kill him. Just like that. It's like, hey, man, what was the purpose of the deadly force, and how was you afraid, or how can you say you feared for your life when you just arrived on the scene? You didn't even have time to assess the scene, assess the situation. You jump out the car, 10 seconds, black man holding up his phone to let you know, hey, man, I'm not carrying a weapon. This is my phone. Bam, you shoot him. 19 years on the force, a veteran. Yeah, see, and they want to blame it on Trump. And I hear black people saying, well, Trump started all this racism. Nah, man, how Trump started what's already been in existence. He may have gave them permission, or he may have gave them permission to where they can just do it outwardly and not secretively. But he gave them permission to where it's outward, just dead in your face, which is good. Because some black people had to be made aware of the reality of racism, because some refuse to believe it, because they have this unicorn mentality, is where we all gonna get along and hold hands and sing Negro spirituals and become one united brethren. It ain't happening. That's not the prophecy. When I hear these guys doing these podcasts and talk shows, and they talking about, black and white, we need to come together as one and be brothers, and we need to do so and so. That's not prophesized for right now, because we have to go through certain things in order to get to that point. You trying to make something happen before it's time, and that makes you out of time. That's not where we at right now. They have to fully exalt themselves of who they are right in your face, so you can understand the depth and the degree of what's actually taking place. And that's called a system of tricks and lies in which they was taught. And out of that system of tricks and lies, when they say the mark of the beast, that's meaning black folks who have the mark of the beast, who wholeheartedly accepted the teachings of tricks and lies. How do you know you accepted the teachings of tricks and lies? One is because you proudly wear the slave master's name, right? Two, because you don't have knowledge of self, and you look in the mirror and you don't love who that image in the mirror is. If that's you, then you accepted the white man's mind, meaning he made you in his image, right? You don't love your hair. You think you want straight hair because you think your hair is kinky and nappy. Where'd you get that from? right? You put a white Jesus up in your church and on your wall. Who taught you to do that? What happened to the black Jesus, right? If you have those actions, that means that system of tricks and lies worked on you, and you're not operating out of your own mind. You operating out of the mind that he gave you, right? If you think Santa Claus white, you celebrating the Easter Bunny, you don't like your black brother or your black sister, you ready to pull a gun and kill each other over some minute disagreement. You got the white folks mindset. They gave you that mind to do that. So you locked under his authority. So that means that and by the, you gotta drop it and get right before 2021 hit. That's all I'm saying. Right? You took on the mind of the beast. Well, how do you know that you took on the mind of the beast? Because you got beast actions, right? You do drive by, kill a little child. I mean, we know all the damages that go on, right? We didn't originate that mindset. That came out of a mindset that was taught tricks and lies. And now we picked up the mindset and we're doing his bidding, killing each other, right? Not protecting our women, community, neighborhood, our young folks or our elderly folks. You got the mind of the beast. But that's getting ready to end too. Don't worry about it. All that's coming to an end because that mindset can't suffice in the future. Right? It's obsolete. And you trying to drag it on in to a new day. I told you Jupiter represents God, Saturn represents Satan, and they met December 21st to let people know that you got 10 days for a change hit. Get ready. But Adam Coy, any white man out there, you do not want to be in Adam Coy's shoes at all. He will be made the example. You don't ride up on a person's property. See, that's a terminology that has to be used. You don't ride up on a person's or an individual's property as a police officer and not get actual facts, and you jump out your vehicle and murder them within 10 seconds. That don't happen in a free world or a free society, right? That don't happen. It's not going to stand for it. It can't stand for it. Because if that happens, that means that we're not in a free society. And come 2021, black folk are the freest of the freest in a free society. The door is closed on those old time mindset and thoughts. It's not happening. It is. So, hey, look here. I just had to drop that on y'all on Christmas Eve. Another thing on Christmas Eve, look, don't take on the negative stereotypes of Black Pete. Black Pete is a catalyst to Christmas. He was the Moor who taught and showed Kris Kringle or Saint Nick or your Santa Claus. He was the one that showed him that gave up that taught him the secrets on how to be. That's why they honor Black Pete. Even though we don't like to see white folks in blackface and dressed like the Moor, they're mocking him. That's their way of honoring Black Pete without you taking pride within yourself. So they have to do it in a way to where we gonna honor you, Black Pete, but we don't want black people to raise their head up like, yeah, look what we did. So they did it in a way to make you turn away from your brother Black Pete while they take him in. It's a trick, man. Tricks and lies, they mastered that shit. You know, that's just what it is. You know, I'm not venting, I'm just saying this is the game. Wake up to the game. 2021, wake up to the game. Reality getting ready to hit you dead in the face. But once again, I wouldn't want to be that officer in Columbus, Ohio, named Adam Coy. And it's not the fact that he killed the wrong brother, because it's right before Christmas. His family misses Maurice. Andre Maurice Hill family misses him. They miss him. They want him to die with them for the holidays. But it's not the fact that it's Andre Maurice Hill. It's the fact that the officer is out of time. He's outdated. And the killing of black men by white police officers is over with. But those who want to continue to do it, it's no choice. They have to be made an example out of to stop it, because they're hurting more than they're helping and don't even realize it. You who understand what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. We're going to keep it rolling. And before we close, man, high frequency, man. I got to get you that documentary and that story on high frequency and how it became, and the person and persons and people that's behind high frequency sports gear. You know, it's a story, but we're going to put that together for y'all in the future, bro. We got to chop it up. From Brother Abdul, we're going to chop it up, bro. You know what I mean? Put some things together. But definitely, man, high frequency. Another strong brother, Paul Staff, a jazz musician with FlexNet TV, FLEXNET.TV. Subscribe. Check it out. And also, you can check out my video on there as well. A-Tone Production, Marcus Mudd. He's helping me shoot EDP2, Everyday People, the movie, Part 2, EDP2 is going along smooth. Shout out to Sabrina D'Amato, Laura Nicole, Sanara Smith, and Sister Rock Nation, Low Key, the crew, everybody, man. What's up? All the way from Malmedy, Casarina Pass, Southly, what's up, Chris Munt? It don't stop, but we definitely in the building. Michael Bernardo, what's up, Red? It don't stop. You know, things moving in 2021, man. 2021 is a year black folks can be proud of, man. You know, it's going to all reveal itself in time, but I guess you could say I'm just the introduction. It's like when the movie's getting ready to come on and they showing you the previews, you know what I'm saying, before you get into the full movie. This is just the previews of what's getting ready to come in 2021. Look, and if y'all check us out, what's the Facebook page? The NFAC Lafayette documentary. Facebook, y'all check that out. Check out the NFAC Rising on Instagram. We got the documentary where me and Brother Marcus A-Tone Production went down to Lafayette, Louisiana, and filmed Grandmaster Jay and the whole ordeal that went down in Lafayette. It's powerful. We putting that together. We got trailers for that. A-Tone Production did a trailer, and 4-4 Films. Brother Paul Stafford did a trailer as well, so we displaying both of those. Y'all gotta check it out. It definitely don't stop. Rural Peak Radio, we're out.